My test facility is closed today, so we're going to have to start this video in this dark, dingy alley. But hey, as long as we get it done, doesn't matter, right? This is the 2018 Toyota Camry XLE Hybrid. A base Camry with the 4-cylinder engine starts around $24,000, but if you move up to the hybrids, a bit more. Here's the starting price, the usual options, and your total tab. Under the hood is a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine putting out 176 horsepower. By the time you add the hybrid system with its batteries and motors, it boosted up to 208 horsepower. Here's the claimed fuel economy according to the EPA figures. Pardon my shaky hand, I don't have a tripod anymore. In the real world, Car and Driver magazine tested one of these, got 36 in the city, 44 on the highway, and 40 overall, which seems more realistic. We're going to rack up a lot of miles to see what our real world fuel economy is. Lots of miles. I'm shooting for 400, but we'll see. These LED headlights were $415 extra. We're going to take these out in the dark and see how they work. We're going to do that right now. It's dark enough. We'll take these headlights out and see how they perform. Look pretty bright to me. Here we have the headlights on a building 100 feet away. Bright enough, decent height to go to high beam. Looks pretty bright to me. Here we have the brights on a building 300 feet away. Good widespread, decent light. Go to low beam. Reaches out around 250 feet. Overall, pretty good lights. Earlier in the video, I told you if you forked up the extra $400, you get LED lights. What I didn't tell you is they also swivel, turning with the steering wheel, like so. Comes in handy when you're taking corners, which we're not at the moment, but still a good safety feature. If you do a lot of driving at night, you'll have a lot of fun watching the energy monitor on the screen here. The wonders of technology. Toyota says they put more hybrid gear under the second row seat to make more room in the trunk. Must be true. Lots of room back here. I was also pleased to see we get a jack, and under here a spare tire. Most hybrids today do not come with a spare tire. The companies say they do that to save weight. They're probably doing it to save money. But for $37,000 on this vehicle, I would expect a spare tire, wouldn't you? The glove box has lots of room. If you take out all these owner's manuals, and guess where I'm going to put it? Under the trunk lid, of course. Right down there with the spare tire. Out of the way. Let's take a look in the cabin where the quality materials and workmanship, very nice, as we expect on a Camry. The rear seats have pockets for storing items. These sun visors extend to block out sun from the side windows. The auto dimming mirror can be turned off by pressing this button, which is what you want to do when you're driving in heavy city traffic at night. By the shifter, Eco, Normal, or Sport mode. Sport mode in a hybrid. Yep. One of my pet peeves on cars is they put the tuning knob way over on the right where you can't reach it. I think this is the first time I've seen a tuning knob on the left where you can reach it. Toyota did it right. Thank you. A nice gauge cluster with a useful information screen in between. I only had one complaint, and if you watch my videos, you know where I'm going with this. The bodywork under the door, way too wide. Every time I step out, my leg's rubbing on this panel here. And worse, dirt and mud collect on here if you live in a bad climate area. Collecting up on here. Once again, I asked the car manufacturers, why do you build things like this? They don't have an answer. I sure don't. If you live where you have bad weather, you might want to keep a rag handy and keep this clean. Okay, enough with the show and tell. Second half of this video, we're going to hop in and do some driving, rack up some fuel economy figures. For the past couple days, I put on 77 miles in city traffic, getting 36.9 mpg thus far. More to come. The power steering on this vehicle is electric, but it does have hydraulic feel. Very nice. I don't think there are going to be too many complaints. With approximately 200 horsepower, pulling 3,600 pounds, you're not going to be laying rubber on a 0 to 60 time, but there is enough torque to launch the vehicle with authority. Very nice brakes. Going over railroad tracks, pretty smooth, very comfortable suspension. Overall, this is a comfortable vehicle to drive in daily commuting. Ooh, hit a big pothole there. We're going to set the computer to 0, take a long highway trip, see what type of fuel economy reading we get. Don't go away. I'm guessing we're going to get around 42 mpg, but I could be wrong. So we've racked up 60 miles thus far, getting 42.9 mpg. Be interesting to see if we get more. One thing I've noticed is how the information panel drowns out in the sunlight, and I have it turned up all the way as far as brightness. Just something you have to live with. We just completed our highway test. 152 miles at 42 miles per gallon. We do have a return trip coming up. The exciting town of Quartzsite. Tourist trap of the world. This is why they call it Quartzsite. You buy quartz for $1 a piece there. Everything must go. Well, I think it's going to take a while, that's for sure. Including the cat. Psst. Come here. You want to buy a cat, this is the place to come. Say hi, YouTube. Hi, goodbye. We're going to reset the computer to 0 and do a return trip. As before, we'll be cruising around 75 miles per hour with the cruise control on. Here's our figure, 40 mpg for 131.8 miles. Not bad. You take the 42 going there and the 40 coming back, that gives you an average of 41 mpg for our freeway driving. That's my official figure, and I'm sticking to it. Combine that with the 36 mpg I was getting in heavy city traffic. That averages out to 30 mpg in mixed commuting. The outside temperatures this week are running between 62 and 81 degrees. So what's my take on this vehicle after a week of driving? Well, if you like the Camry, and you should, it's a nice sedan. You want good fuel economy, the hybrid might be for you. If the price is too high, there's always the 4-cylinder Camry for around $24,000. Your pick. Here's some other vehicles we've driven. Just click on the link and watch.